On the ocean's surface, shrimp barely reach your fingertip. But dive 2 miles down and creatures appear, giant isopods nearly a meter long, able to fast for 5 years. How does fear starvation forge such monsters? Why does life get bigger, not smaller, as pressure and cold increase? The answer rewrites what you know about survival, if you are ready to enter the abyss. 76 centimeters of armored shell, clawed legs, and unblinking eyes. This is Bathynomus giganteus, the giant isopod. In the black depths where food drifts down as rare as rain in a desert, giant isopods wait. They do not hunt, they do not chase. Instead, they endure. When a whale carcass or a fish finally falls, these scavengers descend in slow motion, crowding over the feast. Each isopod gorges until its body swells, the shell straining, legs barely able to move. For a few hours, they become living balloons, stuffed with enough meat to last for years. What happens next is even stranger. In captivity, a single giant isopod once refused food for 5 years. No movement, no feeding, just a slow, quiet persistence. This is possible because of a biological rule. As animals get bigger, their metabolism becomes more efficient. Kleiber's law, named for the scientist who measured it, shows that a giant isopod burns far fewer calories per gram than its tiny relatives near the surface. In the frigid deep, metabolism slows even further. Every cell stretches out its reserves, making each meal last as long as possible. In a world where calories are counted in single digits and famine is the rule, size becomes survival. The giant isopod's bulk is not just for show, it is a strategy forged by scarcity and time that lets it outlast the hunger of the abyss. At 10,000 meters down, the pressure is 1,000 times greater than at the surface. Most life would dissolve, proteins would twist out of shape, and cell membranes would rupture in seconds. Yet in the Hadal trenches, amphipods grow to the size of a human forearm, scuttling across the abyssal plain as if nothing is wrong. Their secret is chemistry, an invisible shield built molecule by molecule. Inside their cells, a compound called trimethylamine N oxide, TMAO, accumulates to extraordinary levels. This small molecule acts like a molecular brace, locking proteins into their proper shapes even as the water around them is squeezed by tons of weight. Expeditions into the Mariana and Kermadec trenches have captured supergiant amphipods and revealed tissues saturated with TMAO, sometimes matching or exceeding the concentrations found in the deepest living fishes. In those fish, TMAO rises by about 30 to 35 millimoles for every kilometer of depth, a steady climb into chemical armor. Amphipods follow a similar pattern, though the exact numbers are still a mystery. What is certain, without this pressure proofing, no animal could function at such depths, let alone grow so large. TMAO is not just a defense. It is the reason these giants can exist where most life would be crushed. In the trenches, size is built from chemistry as much as flesh, and the deeper you go, the more every cell must fight to hold its shape. Dr. Tsunemi Kubodera spent years chasing a legend. In 2004, off the coast of Chichijima, his team dropped a camera rig nearly 1,000 meters down, baited with fresh squid. For weeks, storms battered the ship and equipment failed, but Kubodera refused to leave. Then one morning, the camera returned with something no one had seen before, a giant squid, alive and hunting. The image captured a creature with eyes as wide as dinner plates, 27 centimeters across, staring straight into the lens. 2 years later, in 2006, Kubodera's video showed the giant squid in motion for the first time, its arms unfurling in the darkness, searching for prey. Unlike the scavengers of the abyss, the giant squid is a hunter. It needs power, speed, and precision. Down here, cold water holds more dissolved oxygen, and the giant squid's massive gills extract every molecule. Oxygen is the secret fuel. It lets these predators grow huge, their muscles primed for bursts of energy in a world where every chase is a gamble. Kubodera's work revealed more than a monster. It exposed the deep ocean's hidden pathways of survival, where size and oxygen turn the hunter into a legend. A single spider crab can stretch its arms wider than most cars are long, up to 3.8 meters from claw to claw. That kind of reach feels almost unnatural. The Japanese spider crab, Macrochira kempferi, is a master of slow growth and patient expansion. In the cold benthic zones off Japan, where temperatures hover between 0 and 4 degrees Celsius, this crustacean's life unfolds in slow motion. Here, every molt is a gamble. Shedding the old shell and growing a larger one takes years, not months. The cold water slows every heartbeat, every cell division, every twitch of a limb. Time stretches, metabolism crawls, but this glacial pace is not a weakness. It is the secret to the spider crab's reach. With less energy burned day to day, the crab can invest in length. Spindly legs sweep the seafloor for scraps while the body stays light and hollow. Size here is not about bulk, but about span. In the deep, a giant's shadow can be thin as wire, yet still claim the space of a monster. Cold forges not just endurance, but geometry, turning the spider crab into a living bridge across the abyssal plain. At 7,000 meters beneath the waves, the water is colder than ice, and the darkness is absolute. Here, a different kind of giant floats, silent, translucent, and almost weightless. Deep-sea jellyfish, like Paralia jeffreyi, drift through the black with bells that can stretch over 5 meters across. Some dives by remotely operated vehicles have recorded jellyfish with domes wider than a human and is tall, pulsing gently in the endless night. No jaws, no claws, no armored shell, just a gelatinous body, almost 95% water, gliding on faint ocean currents. In this abyss, predators are rare. Few creatures hunt at these depths, and even fewer can catch something so insubstantial. Free from the threat of being eaten, these jellies can grow as large as the quiet allows, their size unchallenged by hunger or pursuit. Each pulse is a slow-motion echo, a reminder that in the deep, growth does not always come from struggle. Sometimes it is the absence of danger that lets giants drift undisturbed through the silent dark. At the edge of a hydrothermal vent, a white column rises from the rocks, alive but unlike anything else in the ocean. Riftia pachyptila, the giant tube worm, towers up to 2.4 meters tall in the darkness, forming thickets that look more like alien forests than animal colonies. These giants have no mouth, no gut, and no eyes. Instead, their bodies are hollow tubes packed with billions of bacteria. The secret to their size is chemistry. While most deep-sea giants stretch every calorie from drifting scraps, Riftia taps into a constant chemical feast. Its symbiotic bacteria convert hydrogen sulfide leaking from the vent 2,500 meters down directly into food. Blood-red plumes draw in sulfide and oxygen, feeding the bacteria that, in turn, feed the worm. With no need to hunt or scavenge, Riftia grows fast and large, sometimes doubling in length in just 1 year. Here, in the vent's chemical light, the rules of the abyss are rewritten. Scarcity is replaced by abundance, and giants are built from pure chemistry. Only a handful of creatures become giants in the deep. For every colossal squid or spider crab, there are thousands of small, unremarkable fish and worms living out their lives unseen. Gigantism is not a rule. It is a rare exception scattered among the shadows. Some lineages stretch and sprawl while others remain stunted, their bodies unchanged by the cold and by the crush. Scientists have tried to draw lines to pin down the causes: food scarcity, cold temperatures, oxygen-rich currents, the absence of predators. Each of these factors shapes the giants, but never alone. The drivers twist together in patterns that refuse to be simple. Yet the biggest mystery is not the giants themselves, but the darkness that hides them. Over 80% of the seafloor is still unmapped. No lights, no cameras, just silence. Every new expedition brings rumors of larger shapes, stranger bodies, things that should not exist. For now, the deep keeps its secrets. The giants we know may be only the beginning. Right now, more than 80% of our oceans remain unexplored. Vast darkness where giants thrive unseen. As technology pushes deeper, every new discovery reminds us the rules are stranger than we imagine. The deep does not just hide its monsters, it rewrites what is possible. What would you dare to find next?